What? The hell? All right, the last guy, I'm not exactly sure why, but he kind of canceled the game. I think when I mentioned handicap. All right, the last guy, I'm not. So let's just get this in. Where's my other chat? There it is. Go to live chat. I'm still waiting for an opponent. 4 to 14K. So I'm waiting for an opponent to start a game. If you are 4 to 14K, you are free to accept. All right, we'll just play regular. If you're watching the stream, if you're playing me, I suggest you don't actually watch the stream at the same time. Please do not use AIs because I can't win against the AI, obviously, and there's no point in there's actually no point in these teaching games if you actually use the AI, obviously. Because the AI doesn't make mistakes. And the whole point of these games is to improve upon your play by reviewing and making mistakes. And if you don't make mistakes, well, kind of defeats the purpose, right? Kind of defeats the purpose. Still is. I can still play. Yeah, he has to play that anyways. I don't think I should have played that, but we'll see. He still has to connect one of these, and I'm going to take my chance to do this. Probably wouldn't have answered if I was black. Not really worth it. Just going to use the old Joseki here. If he wants to do that, that's fine. I don't think there's too much for potential up there. I'm going to go ahead and take the territory. Might have been better just playing here, though. I have to check that later, sometime. It's fine. Since he did that, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I think next time I might go here, and then it's fine. That's actually not worth all that much. Don't want to do that. I actually want to do this first. Okay, he is fine with that. It's fine. Okay. That's jumping up is probably better in my opinion. That's not really worth doing. Jumping up is probably better in my opinion. I'm not going to answer that because it's not really worth all that much. The influence up here is what I'm most concerned with. So we're going to play this just to be annoying right now. And then we're going to jump. If he kills that one stone, it's not a big deal. We just want to, yeah, what we really want to do is just diminish his influence up here. So he can't actually make a lot of points here. Plus, we're also building maybe for up here, but not really. I'm not really sure why you would do that. Because if he comes in, I can go here and then just connect this and I'd still be alive. So I'm not really sure why that's a thing. So I'm not going to bother with that. We're going to go here instead. I personally think that's just a really bad move. I don't know why you would make that move, actually. There's not that much potential on this side. And giving me this much territory down here, I don't think is a good idea. I mean, I can see an argument. I could definitely see an argument if you wanted to... that's probably not a good move, but I could see an argument if you had a lot of potential for territory up here, but you really don't. Attacking this group is a reason, but this group is not really all that weak. And you can't really attack this group down here. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't have done that. I'm stupid. That's fine. I'm gonna go over here first just to reduce the points over here. I'm not that afraid of this group dying right now. And he's playing really passive, which means like he's not gonna have too much of a chance to actually kill me here. Definitely getting slightly more dangerous as this goes along. But can I do that? No. Shoot. That's interesting that he did that. I would have probably just came down this way. There's obvious problems with this because you can't block me this way. Maybe a little bit of issues down here, but I don't really think so. Okay, now I need to think a little bit. I don't want to hurt the chances of this down here too much. Because we're getting into the territory, that kind of territory. Where that could possibly be an issue later. I don't know if that was a good move or not. Actually, it's not. There's actually very little down here I can do. So that was kind of a waste of a move. Doesn't really give me too much eye space. Okay. It's an interesting move. That, well, I mean, that's an obvious weakness there. for me. Don't want to do that. That's not good. We can do that, but that actually has its own issues. I don't want him to get a surround here. Oh wait, that was bad too, because he can just kind of do that. No, that wasn't a good move either. He can just come through and do this, actually. Because I can't really stop him the other way. It's a strange move to do, given the circumstance right now. Part of this is me ooh, that might be problematic. I'm trying to get like an I shape here as well. Do you have to come this way? Wait, did I do this wrong? I don't think so. I think this is fine. He still has to somewhat answer that, I think. Yeah. Did I calculate this wrong? I don't think so, right? And sacrificing those two stones isn't the worst thing in the world. If I have to, but I don't think I did this wrong. So that's pointless because I can just kill this. Sometimes you gotta know when to like, sometimes you do have to know when to give up on these kills. Because a lot of times it just doesn't really work all that well. I'm a little bit worried about this corner. Because I actually don't know the Joseki down there. I don't know if this is completely alive or dead. He could play S18, and that might actually be a lot of trouble for me. If it's, I can live with Seki. I believe this is fine. So this okay is the other question. Why don't I try it? I have 4 liberties up here, so I'm willing to take that chance. Might be a bad decision though. Like this, I need to figure out if this is actually alive or not. I think it's okay, but I'm not sure. So I can connect. I think this is okay. I'm pretty sure I win this one. If he decides to fight liberties. Guess I'll just do this. See, I don't really know if this is alive or not. I need to figure this out. I think it's Seki at the most. Not 100% sure. I think this is dead. Okay, I have to figure out how to kill this. I don't think it's that difficult. If he does that, then he has a way. So I've got to kill one of these up here. By the way, with this so strong, this is going to be problematic. This is really going to be problematic if I do this with him. So this is what I'm looking at right now, even if this doesn't work. He can do this, but I don't think that's going to do anything. I don't really know what that actually does. I think it's already dead. No, he surprisingly, he can get this to be Seki. But if I do this, he's dead. Can he? Okay, that's just dead because this isn't a true eye. So mission accomplished. We're going to just fix this problem here. And like I said, this is a huge problem for him if I decide to come out this way. Because that could be dead as well.
You have won.
All right, let's go back and review this game. Kind of a wonky game. By the way, for the 3-3 invasion, for those that don't know, playing this move is perfectly fine. It's kind of like one of those new Josekis that maybe some people haven't heard of. Actually, I need to do this announcement because I haven't actually done the announcement yet, and I don't think anyone's watching here. So let me just do this. Fortunately, we're already in the first game where the game's finished. So I do this, he does that, and that's also generally the correct That's also generally like the correct move, just to not ignore this. Now, this particular move probably wasn't the best. This would have probably been better, but it's not a big deal. Take 3-3. Generally, you don't really add this move most of the time, but it's not a big deal either. Come over this way. Hane connect. I don't think the Hane connect was obviously necessary. Hane and then probably do this is probably the better option. Connect. He does that. I connect. He does that. I'm going to come over this way just to make sure this isn't in any real kind of danger. Maybe this would have been better, but then he obviously has that. But this would be a little bit more solidified in my territory here. Here, if I was black, I would not have answered. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't have answered myself. So I go over there, does this, basic Joseki. I personally think like still going here and just maybe doing this is a little bit better. I think giving the corner is like too much. Also, that's just a bad move by me. I should have just played here or just played here. Possibly even go this way as well. I don't know if you would actually answer this as black. This stone isn't really worth all that much, so maybe just invading here is going to be worth a lot more. That's fine. Invade here. I think that's just kind of a reflex move for me. Maybe come here or just come here would actually be a better move. I don't know if this would work or not. I don't... Yeah. Never mind. Here, Atari, connect, Atari. I don't think you can... you might be able to... You definitely might be able to kill this. So maybe the double Atari was the right move. I mean, I think the double Hane might have actually been the right move. Here, I think this is a little weak, but it's also fine. I go this way. I'm not really sure what the purpose of this move was. I wouldn't have made this move. This cut is not a threat, because if I cut here, you can always just come out here. That is not a favorable trade for white, so I would not do that. Here, I'm going to play that. The thing about this is like he's taking a lot of gotes. So as he does this, I do that, and that's another gote. Come out this way. Here, just keep jumping out. Here, I know I have a better move. Like probably just maybe just like come this way or something, just to solidify this group anymore from attack. A little greedy there. I think this might have actually been the better move. Just take the bottom territory and be happy. That's fine though. Overall, I'm ahead. And here, definitely this is better. Most definitely that's better. That's a lot of territory down here, and black just doesn't have that territory. This is very much flawed with this move. That's also a bad move. I was trying to fix this over here, but I really can't. Just by doing that, it's probably going to do better. But this is a bad move. That was a waste of a move. Here, there's no need to do this. I feel like you can just kind of do this. This is a very good eye shape, so white shouldn't actually be afraid. I don't know what I was thinking here. I think I was like calculating that this was Sente because I had this, but then again, since he's already Atari, this is no longer Sente. So this was just a bad move by me. It was definitely a really bad move by me. Come up this way. I think for me here, this is by far the best move right now. It's a lot more eye shape. It fixes a lot of my problems, and like I can basically make two eyes whenever I want. So this connect, this connect. So I didn't know if this would actually work. I think it would have, because maybe not. yeah, that wouldn't have worked. So let me go through this again. This obviously does not work. Yeah, it doesn't really work. So I was kind of afraid there for that. That's why I connected this way. I think the better move is to go down here easily. Because going up this way does not work for white. It creates us too many weak groups. So white would actually have to give that up and give black the bottom territory. This is pretty big gain for black. That's a lot of territory down there. Because you were never going to be able to kill this group up here anyway, so it's not really a big a deal. Let me connect that. That was also a mistake, probably that. Connect. That's not a good move because I can obviously come out this way. This is kind of a little bit of danger right now. This would be a really good move just to attack this entire group. I don't really have a good eye shape, which is something I really played myself into. And plus, this group down here is going to be a little bit weak if you do this. So right now, you need to be like more concentrating on killing my eye shape for this group instead of like trying to break my territory down here. That's obviously a wrong move. I was like, you know, he could just do this. That would put me in a hard spot. Not really sure why he did. I'm not really sure why he did this all of a sudden. That doesn't seem to make much sense. There's not that many points down here anyways. And this group is still under threat, so I'm going to come back this way. That here, that would be a really hard move for white to answer, actually. This is a very, like, because this group is pretty much alive. This is actually a really hard move for white to answer. I don't know what I would actually answer here. Because, I mean, like, just cutting is just, yeah, this is not good for white. You might be able to, you might be able to just kill this whole thing down here. I don't know. It's like, this is just not a good situation. If black gets that, that's just not a good situation for white. So I was looking at that. I think this is like a little too defensive. I'm going to come up this way, obviously, just to get rid of that problem. I don't understand that move. I don't really understand this move because, I mean, I guess like black is trying to ensure he has two eyes here. But this is like, me playing here is pretty big. Here, block, connect, then jump out. I was wondering if like they would want you to do this first because that actually puts me a little bit more under threat. So always think of like moves like this first before you actually do your move because there's no way I'm going to do this and let you like cut here and just kill my group. Doesn't work as well now after I've jumped out. This is definitely a big overreach right here. I mean, here you have a lot of problems this way. So you either just go ahead and do this and try to take some territory, or you just connect this group. I'm just going to take that, go down. I'm just going to make sure my group doesn't actually die. This is just mistaken calculations. Take, connect. So the thing is, he can't cut because I can just do this. If he does this, I do this, and I'm going to win on liberties here. So he has to try to be alive here. But, so the killing sequence, it has to be this. If you do this, he's going to just go on the bottom here, and you're not going to be able to kill him. So you have to actually do this to kill. Then block. The sequencing is very important because if you just like do this, he can do this and live. If you do this, he will do this. If you play here, he will do this. So you kind of like either, so here in order to kill, you either have to play this or you have to play what I did, play that. So you got to be careful here. Obviously, like here you would just cut. The hope is pretty small right now that you could actually that you can actually win because you're about to lose this entire group. But you would most definitely have to cut just for an off chance that you can possibly kill this. I don't think it's doable because this isn't going to work. And if you just let me do this, then I probably just have too many liberties in order for him to actually deal with. Yeah, this is not going to work well for him. He doesn't have any liberties, so obviously white's going to win that fight. So at this point, like after he connects this, I do this, he does this, and I connect this, then the game is essentially over. The other thing is there is this move here, which is very bad for black. Because you can't do this capture because of this. And if you force your way out, you're still kind of under threat. Here, I think I would just connect this one. I don't think you really have that much of a chance of killing me because I still have this later on. Although that's not really an eye because he can just go here, I guess. That's not an eye. But it's actually really hard for black to kill because white has stuff like this and black cannot afford to actually get trapped in. So yeah, it's not a good situation here. At this point, the game is lost. So yeah, definitely like as white, I made a lot of mistakes around this area, a lot of mistakes earlier around this area, but black didn't really take advantage of the ability to actually attack my group here. The focus definitely should be to attack this group and not so much to destroy my territory down here. Because if you really look at it right now, black doesn't really have any territory. At this point, like black doesn't really have much territory. You're going to have to take advantages by attacking this group. And my big mistake is, some of my bigger mistakes here are essentially like, this was just a wasted move. This is going to be way more important. Like if I did this, or if I did this or something, there would really be no attacking this group. And that would just be like a very solid lead for me. All right, guys, that's I'm going to create another challenge. And anyone can accept it as long as you're 4 to 14Q. Not many people watching tonight. It's Saturday night, so I understand that not many people actually be watching tonight, but whatever. 4 to 14Q. Anyone can accept. So I'm gonna wait for another I'm gonna wait for another game. NBA is pretty exciting tonight too, actually. All right, we're going to pass a couple times for. I think I'm gonna go for 7 handicap. I'm gonna give handicap 7. This time, maybe handicap 8, probably 7. I haven't played a high handicap in a little bit of while, so it's his turn. I hope he's still on. Oh. Well, you know, when you're playing me, I would suggest you turn off the stream because it's hard. Like I'm trying to explain like what people should actually do. I'm trying to explain what people should actually do, and like playing against like my own thoughts isn't really like the point of it. So while you're playing me, I would turn off the stream, and you can go back and watch it later, or you can turn it back on when I'm starting to review the stream. You can also take the handicap 7 whichever way you want. It doesn't matter to me where you place the 7 stones on the board. It's still your turn, by the ways. There you go. Okay, it's traditional handicap 7. This is not the one I'm actually most afraid of on handicap 7 or 8 because it does give me valid points to actually attack. or valid points to actually start the game on. Taking the safe route is fine. Definitely taking the safe route's fine here because I need to do that. I don't think this is good for black. The reason being that like black's not going to end up with too much territory. I'm going to end up with a corner and he's not going to end up with too much territory. There's too many extra stones here for this to be worth it for black. That's the real problem. Like he actually has to do that now. And there is still a problem if I do this. Or I could just do that. This is a little bit risky. I think if you know how to answer this, this is actually really problematic for me. But this is a test. This is more of a kind of test to see if you know how to answer it. That's actually the correct way to answer it, which is a little bit problematic because this corner thing is dead. I have to extend this out. I don't really have a choice. Okay, that's actually the wrong way. I think you would extend this down here. If you extended it down here, I would be in quite a bit of a bind. Well, the correct way to play for white is just to honey this down here. See, like, there's not that much this influence actually gets you. And now I'm free to make another move on the board like this. It's a lot of territory black sacrificed as well. But he has been successful gaining territory in other areas on the board, though. See, like, I just don't think this trade actually favors him. I mean, it's not horrible for him because there's handicap 7. But I don't think this actually favors him all that much. This definitely doesn't favor him. See, like, this is just not enough territory in terms of giving up the corner, and I have some settlement on my group there. That's not, I mean, it's not a big deal right now, but that's generally not like it's not generally a good move to do this right now, unless you're looking for a co. If for some reason you're looking for a co, it's perfectly fine, but generally if you're not looking for a co, it's not a good move. The slits over here are pretty narrow, so there's not that much potential for territory up here. That in general is not something I would actually have. If you're playing an even game, you would definitely play L18 because this is actually pretty troublesome for white. It's actually very, very much troublesome for white right now. This is there's a lot of danger here for me because this is like if he plays that, it's perfectly fine. But if he plays like if he played, let's say like M17 before, that's actually a lot of trouble. I'm not going to answer that. Actually, I'm going to take advantage of this and do that. Playing S16 actually kills this group. Kills this? Oh, playing S18 actually kills this as well, I believe. Not 100% sure. It might be code, but like... But I think this, I am pretty sure, is Ko. I'll go back and show you like all the stuff in the corner. This is supposed to be dead. Actually, it still might be. There's a very good chance it still is dead. I think it's dead because I can't do that. If I do this, he can actually play that up there. Yeah, this is actually dead. Misplayed this, definitely. Definitely misplayed that. By the way, if I played S18, this would have been Ko for this corner. That is a way to answer. But you are sacrificing... I don't really understand that, but sure. That I'm not going to answer because if he Atari's there, I can still ignore it. So he does get this territory here, which is quite a bit of territory. And yeah, that's fine. I still have this move later on to really try to break out of here if I want to. This group is still weak, but I also have L whatever that is. I have L19 as well to solidify. I don't know if that's the best move here right now. Because I do have this cut. And that's the only move he can do right now. That's not good for him. He still has to... If you want to take care of those two stones, you don't want to Atari and let me extend. You basically just either play something like B8 or something. The situation is definitely still really precarious for me. But we'll see how it goes. This is not generally something you want to do. Yeah, I'm very inclined just to do this, which I'm going to. It's playing better than most 12 Qs, though. I'll give you that. That might have been a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. That was a mistake by him. Does this work? I don't think it does. Nope, can't force it that way. Just got to make sure you have more than 4 liberties on all your sides. If you do that, you're generally going to be okay. If he does that, I'm just going to go over top, like so. This also threatens these 5. Or these, yeah, 5. Nicely built a lot of territory right there. If you don't see a way out, don't try to if you don't see a good way out, don't try to completely break out. Usually you're just feeding your opponents more points. There are times when you want to do stuff like this, but though that's neither here or there right now. You would want to close on the other side. You do not want to close like this. You'd want to play h11 and not this. I'm just going to go extend. I don't have to, but I'm just going to go extend. Now I'm not going to extend. Like I said, this group is sort of weak up here, so I'm going to solidify this group more. See, there's very little points value in all these moves that he actually made. Don't have to answer that. I think I will, though. Actually, no, I shouldn't have answered that. There's very little points in there either. I don't think he needs to answer this. No, he doesn't. But he does. I'm going to see what we can make of this. Generally, you wouldn't play this. You could sacrifice this one stone and just come down. But I'm going to try to make... I'm going to actually try to pull this back and make things live. He can do this and just... Yeah, he's going to do that, I guess. There's still a big weakness if he goes here. I'm going to get rid of that right now. Don't think I got rid of that. Dogs barking outside. Lovely. Lovely as always. But he has a lot of cuts over here, which would prevent him from doing too much. Or should. Yeah, so he has a lot of cuts over here. Okay. I don't know why. Yeah, this is not good for him. Remember, I still have this move here, and he's trapped in here anyway, so it's no good. And plus, like, this completely kind of screws him as well. So, a lot of stuff in here that he's missing. That is Sente for me, I believe. Yeah, it is Sente for me, I believe. So we're going to expand this way. Still a little bit of contested points over here. Still like a little bit of contested points over here. Not too much. I can come down this way. Here, I think I'm just going to do this. Probably did let him get a little too much here. Let's see what this does. I don't think this does anything, actually. No, this doesn't do anything. It's not do anything. He does have a lot of points here. L19 is getting pretty big, by the ways. That's not Sente. So that's actually not worth anything. I'm going to go ahead and Atari here. See what we can get over here. I don't know if we can get anything actually. But this does, actually I might be able to get something here. Because I can basically Atari all the way up. But it doesn't give me I don't think it gives me that many liberties. See, he can't, well, you can't do that. You have to tighten the liberties here by playing 05. And then that gives me the option to go all the way up that way. So there might have been, there's probably something there now. I know this is usually a cycle where you do this, but taking this stone automatically Ataris these 5. So in this case, it doesn't work. Because taking that stone automatically Ataris those other 5. might as well just do this. We'd come over and play L9. This really isn't going to work because I already killed that corner, so it's not going to work. He only has 3 liberties here. This is very big. Now he does have to do this, otherwise I can play b8. Actually, no, b8 doesn't really work because he can play a9 and then he can come back that way. Okay, never mind, he can do that. But I do actually have this move. That's fine. You can't really do anything here. This is one of those situations where he can't actually, no matter what he plays, he's dead in the corner because I have an eye here. If he does this, it's Seki here, but this is still dead. So this is dead no matter what. No matter how he plays, it's dead. Or like he can play a couple of moves and I don't have to play and it's already dead. So it's one of those things. Take. There's actually a pretty big problem here. I'm going to play this first. But if I do have to connect this because if he plays c13, I might have a problem. So I'm going to connect that first. He does have to play here. This is really big. And then this tiger's mouth out. This is pretty big. It's a lot of points there. He should have played L8. That was unnecessary. Not exactly sure why you did that, but that wasn't necessary right now. Also not necessary right now. Sorry. Gotta take as many centes as possible in game closing rounds. That's not cente, but I don't know if there's anything left. There's a point here. That's definitely a point. Definitely some points there. Against Taiwanese strong amateur players these 2 days. We have some very exciting games. Nice, nice, nice. Some really, really good players in Asia. So I don't have to answer that because there's no way he can actually kill me. So I am not going to answer that. Let me see if there's anything left. I'm going to Atari this first. No, this is a point. Never mind. So I don't really need to answer this at all because he can't do anything. He literally can't do anything. Yeah, he can't actually do as you can see, he can't actually do anything because the next move he makes, I'm going to take one of his groups of stones. So it's basically dead. This is not Seki. This is just dead.
Pass.
Because he cannot do anything.
Remove the dead stones.
I didn't think I was ahead by that much, but yeah. I knew I was ahead, but I didn't think it was by that much. Then again, I didn't really count, so.
You have won.
So let's actually go back and review this Handicap 7 game. Traditional 7, it's perfectly fine. That's fine. If you're going to separate, I would just do this. This is going, in my opinion, this is superior to this. Because this, you give white a very nice type of 3-space pincer. Whereas this, you're still pincering this stone, and white doesn't really have a comfortable pincer. White can do this, but that's a lot less comfortable than a 3-space pincer. So definitely the upper pincer here rather than the pincer here. Give me a nice 3-space pincer. Going to invade the corner here. That's actually not, this is not a good move. So this is the right response, but then if black does this, white's going to have a lot of trouble. That's dead for white. So white doesn't actually have, this is not a good move. But he played it the wrong way, so he let me capture the stone here. Then I'm going to go over there. Here, I think when I play this, I would immediately do this if I was black. This forces me to take this stone. Once again, this pincer is better than this pincer. In both ways, he let me have a really nice 3-space, a comfortable 3-space. This is generally not a move I would do unless you're looking for a big ko. Because tightening this one liberty here can actually make a big difference. So that's a bad move. Like I said during the game, if I was playing an even game, I would definitely do this. Extend here. This is very bad if black just does this. There is actually zero response white can do if black does this. There's actually no response for white. White has to give up one of the two sides. Okay, so that doesn't really work. I mean, even if you just do this, right? White has to give up one of the two sides. It's very hard to run both these. And there's no eye space on either side. So very, very bad for white. extremely bad for a white if black just does this. So this is a little too passive. I'm going to go over top. Obviously that's not going to do anything because obviously I have L19. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that first. This is also a pretty bad move because I didn't calculate this out right. I should have just left this alone and probably just jumped. This ends up dying. I should have done this. This is Ko. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna go down here. Here you just block. You don't have to do this. I would just block. This is not a good move because realistically, like I don't have to answer to this, which I didn't. Invading down here. If this wasn't a handicap game, I also wouldn't invade down there. I think playing this is fine right now. Or even better yet, I can just come up this way. Here, go down over here, and of course, I'm going to cut. That's an extremely bad move. If you want to take care of this, you can just do this. I'm pretty sure you can just do that. It is Ko here, but I mean, or like even here, you can just come out this way, I guess. Yeah, this is a little easier to deal with. Maybe try to kill this somehow. I'm not exactly sure how. Anyways, this can actually be pretty complicated. I guess that gives like the same result. Yeah, but then black can kill this side, so it is a little different. Either way, I don't think attaring here is necessarily the right move because it gives me a free extension up, which already covers these four. This is pretty hard. I will say this is pretty hard to answer. I would probably try this first. I would probably try that first, but because attaring this way and then connecting, this already kind of, I feel like this might have actually just sealed it. No, not that. Here, obviously. Yeah, white wins by Liberty. So I didn't actually calculate that out. So I probably should have just came down this way, is my guess. I guess you could just do this straight up, but I think you would kind of get the same result almost. Sorry, yeah, you would get the same result. I think this is dead. I don't know how this fight in the corner actually completely devolves out, but I know that I probably should have just gone this way. That would have been that. Over this, when I do this, I think you almost have to do that. I would have to extend upwards here. And this could actually be a problem for me. This could actually be a problem for me later, right now. If I extend upwards, you know, at least you get more territory here. Sorry, this. I'm just going to come out this way. Yeah, Black did get this territory here, but white got way more in all these stones. This pushing is just going to worsen things. Here, you like if you want to do this, you definitely go this way, not the other way, because this is just letting me stick out into your possible influence here. Because remember, D14 for black is always Sente. Extend up here. So the other thing is I wouldn't bother. I don't know if I would bother extending up here. I would probably just Atari this, and then this is hard to attack. I would probably do something like that. But you know, white can also always do this, so it's actually it's actually very difficult to attack this. But I would do something like this though. I would definitely do something like this. This doesn't really have any threat. I don't know if you could actually kill this or not. I mean, black is pretty thick, and white honestly does not have that much eye space, so it's very possible to actually kill white. But you know, like in a big handicap game, I wouldn't expect black to know how to kill me this way. Either way, that's the wrong way of forcing out. This move isn't really that helpful, because it doesn't really threaten me in any way. I can come out this way, but this is already an Atari, so I don't have to respond at all. I'm going to just jump up here. See, this move doesn't really do much, because there's just not much territory here. There's really just not much territory that you're actually protecting here. This is going to be a little bigger. There's some territory down here. Black doesn't have to connect that. Black could just go somewhere else. Here, connect. This is a bad move. Black has this separator, and in an even game, I don't think white would be able to survive these two stones in an even game. That's a little bit passive of a move, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the issue here. This is dead, so obviously this is not good. I don't think I would have. Here, I don't know. I think for black, if I really wanted to attack this group, you've got to connect this first. If you want to attack this group. Because if you do anything else like around this area, I'm just going to kill these two. And I would be alive. So this group is very, very hard to attack. Oh yeah, this move. Totally forgot about that move. Totally forgot about that move. So that would actually kill all of white's. That would actually kill all of white's stones down there. Absolutely forgot about that move. So when black does this, white actually has to do that. So yes, this move would have actually killed me. There's actually nothing here. I think you could just connect and you'd be fine. This is kind of a useless move because it doesn't require a response. Atari, connect, and then go here. Connect. The only possible thing you can do is the move I was looking at was that. You can't let go on the liberties, because if you let go on the liberties, once I play N1, I can kill your 5 stones. So this is the only one that was possible. Yeah, I don't think this works. I still only have 2 liberty. Well, I have 3, but this doesn't work because I'm already in Atari. Hang on, actually no. No, I can come this way. Atari and then connect. Yeah, you'd be in trouble here. Definitely be in trouble. You would have to do that. That wouldn't be as bad as the result that happened, because you still didn't sacrifice these stones down here. You lost the territory here, but sacrificing these 5 stones down here is bigger. So the way to go, I believe, is still this move. Because by doing this and sacrificing these 5, it's way too many points. Like, these 5 are worth more than this territory in here. The rest of this is finishing up. There was a couple of wasted moves in here because since I have an eye here and you don't, I'm always going to win. And plus, this is one of those things where, like, as you saw in the end, like, there's 2 Ataris on either side, so it doesn't really matter where you play. The rest of it is just finishing up, but these are just really like DDK mistakes and lower SDK mistakes that I actually took advantage of. And you know, you clean up some of these things. Try to like look at the game in a slightly different way. Catch some of the key points that I pointed out, and I'm pretty sure you would actually get past the. I'm pretty sure you would actually get past the DDK stage. So that's the review for right now. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications button, and I will be back probably next week.